Guys, it's your girl Mel. I can't do this day. I'm not built for YouTube. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk to you guys about how I started my hair business and what inspired me to start a hair business. So I started my hair business. Well, I had the idea that I wanted to start a hair business last winter. Um, I knew that I was going to get my income taxes. I wanted to figure out what I could do that was smart with my money. Every year, you get your income taxes and you want to buy designer clothes and, go to nice restaurants. And that year I was like, you know what? I want to level up. I want to be able to change my life and invest in myself. So I decided to spend my money on buying hair. Um, so I decided I was going to start a hair business, but I already liked hair. I've been wearing extensions since I was like in high school. I already had a passion for hair. All right, so like I said, I was looking for an opportunity to invest in myself, and I already liked hair. So the first step in starting a hair business is finding a vendor, obviously. So I had a hard time finding a vendor. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cliff. Um, there's it out. He sells vendors. Okay, so finding a vendor. So my advice to you, now, it's not hard to find a vendor like it used to be. If you get on Instagram, it's 1,000 vendor plugs. There's no promise. Like, you have to test the hair out. You have to see if it's good. Like, I wouldn't just buy a vendor off somebody because they're reputable or because you've heard of their hair business before, because most people, especially people who sell hair, most people who are selling vendors and they sell hair are not using those vendors that they're selling. So in those cases, I would suggest that you still test out the hair and try to see how the hair is. There are several steps on how you test out hair. If you're buying, like, say you want virgin hair for your company, then that's human hair, although it is water processed. So if you're getting virgin hair, you could do like a burn test. You would do like a bleach test, bleach the hair, make sure it goes all the way down to the blindest of the blind, and things like that, because you want to make sure that you're selling quality. I mean, now, not everybody wants to sell virgin hair, but if you're looking to sell, virgin hair, you need to make sure that you're testing the hair. Um, Also, beware of companies that are claiming to sell raw hair. Raw hair is hard to purchase, it's not cheap, and it's not like popular. So it's a lot of people who are selling hair and they're calling it raw hair, but all of the hair comes the same pattern. Like, if every hair is a deep wave, it's not raw, because that is a processing. That's a processing. It's a water processing. So maybe that's virgin hair. So it's important, like, when you're getting your vendor and everything like that, that you're educating yourself on hair. Like, you shouldn't just go into the game like, yeah, I got hair, and then when someone asks you a question about the hair, you don't know. You don't have an answer. You need to make sure you educate yourself. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Leave a comment below. I'll answer them. I'm all about, sharing game or whatever like that. So, like I said, first I found my vendor. After that, I had to figure out what I wanted to name my business. My business is called Locked by Lily. I'm Lily. My last name is Lily. My family name is Lily. So I wanted to be unique. I would avoid names like Bougie Hair Boutique, um, like those common names that like are easy to like forget. Like, everybody is like, a lot of people are selling hair now. A lot. I would avoid names like Bougie Hair Boutique and what's another common name? I don't know, but try to avoid names that names that everybody is using, because you want to stand out. It's 1,000 people selling hair, and of course, because everybody is selling hair, that should not deter you from selling hair, because they're not the first ones and they're not going to be the last ones, and nobody's going to do it like you. But try to, mark your own territory. Don't come in trying to copy off of what somebody else has done in the past, because then you're just a replica, you're not unique, and you won't last. You want to come in this game, unless you're looking for like a quick hustle. If you want to build your brand, you need to come in and mark your territory with your name. So found my vendor, I made my name. When I invested in my company, I think I spent about $2,000. I needed a logo, so I paid a graphic designer. Her name is Alicia Graphics on Instagram. Dropping game, dropping knowledge. So I paid a graphic designer for my logo. My logo is really cute. And then, from there, when you're telling the graphic designer, you're telling them like what color scheme you're looking for. So you kind of want to build your brand off of that. You want everything to be cohesive. You want the aesthetic of your company to stand out. Mine is lavender. I'm always trying to, stay consistent with my brand. So I spent about $2,000. I got my logo. I spent about $1,500 on hair. For hair, my advice to how much you should have in stock, first of all, I know everyone is into drop shipping. If you're using e-commerce site like a Shopify or anything like that, you want to have drop shipping. Okay, I don't have drop shipping. I like to keep all of my hair on hand because I'm still a fairly new business, and I don't think that that's appropriate for me right now. It might be in the future. Like the more business you get, drop shipping seems more logical. But in the beginning, you want to make sure that you have bundles on hand. You don't want to tell people, oh, I have to order it. People want to be able to feel the hair before they purchase it. Somebody might call you and they have an event to go to and they need the hair right there on hand. So I don't advise you to just only do drop shipping. I think, especially as a new business, you should have hair on hand until you build a reputable name that maybe people trust that they're going to get good hair. But always have hair on hand. So like I said, I spent about $1,500. I started with 2 curl patterns. I started with a body wave curl pattern, which I call Lilium, and then I started with a loose deep wave. Some people start with more than that, but I don't advise somebody starting like a hair flea market in the beginning. Like you kind of want to specialize in whatever little bit that you want to invest in, and then build from there. Because if you want to make sure you can move it. The hair is it's a whole nother story. Business ain't gonna be booming from day one. You gotta put the time in, you gotta put the work in, and people gotta get used to seeing your name. The day before my business launched, I had this like crazy idea that tomorrow my phone is gonna be off the hook. Everybody's gonna want Locked by Lily, and yeah, that's not the case. Like you gotta hustle, you gotta put marketing, you have to be super consistent. What else? Okay, so after you have your hair in stock, after you have your logo in place, if you want to be serious, I would say start an LLC. Make it permanent. Make it legal. So just go to your state place or whatever, or you can do it online. I think LegalZoom.com, you can get an LLC, and then you're official. You got an official business. Of course, like I said, let me rewind. I'm going to have to edit this crazy. When you pick your name, make sure nobody else has your name, because then you won't be able to copyright, and you won't be able to have an official business with somebody else's name. Okay, so after you have everything in place, now it's time for marketing. All right, so the next thing you want to do is maybe start doing photo shoots. So photo shoots are expensive. I would start out, if you're starting out with a small budget, start out with maybe one girl, because you got to buy the hair. You gotta pay for the shoot per hour. You gotta kind of figure out what style you're going for the shoot. You gotta get a stylist for the shoot if you're not a stylist. So they can be pretty pricey. So I would go ahead and do a photo shoot. One mistake that I made in my business, I think, was doing too many photo shoots. I feel like I learned. You're gonna learn in a business. But I learned that I was spending too much money. I wanted my brand to look a certain way. I wanted to compete with the best of them. I wanted to show that I was putting forth the best effort. So I was, doing unnecessary photo shoots and spending unnecessary money. And that money could have been spent into, investing in more hair, or even investing into a brand ambassador or something like that. Because honestly, photo shoots are cute. You want to have that. You want to have like official stuff for your page. You want to have official pictures. You want your pictures to look nice. But what's going to make people buy their hair is seeing other people with their hair in their head. So you want to make sure that you're getting your hair in people's head. You want to make sure that when somebody is buying your hair, that they're tagging you. Ask them to tag you. Ask them to send in all pictures. Make them feel proud of your brand, because when they feel proud of your brand, then they're going to want to, tag themselves. They're going to want to say, hair by such and such. They're going to want people to know, oh, my hair is by Lock by Lily, or my hair is by, Yummy Extensions. They're going to want to be a part of that. So I'm just learning all of this stuff. I'm sharing stuff with you guys that maybe I didn't know. And like I said, my brand is still new. I'm still growing. I'm just starting to be at the level where I feel like I'm actually running a business. Because for a while, I'm like, yo, let me check myself out of this. Let me log on to my website and do a checkout, because maybe my website is broke, because nobody ain't ordering from me. So after a while, it just starts to get better. And everything is about your mindset. And I know everybody is talking about like the law of attraction, but honestly, if you believe you can win, you're going to win. When you get up in the morning and you think about your business and you're like, you know what, today is going to be the day for my business, you're going to win. When you start making goals like, okay, today my business is going to make $500. You're going to come short, but eventually you're going to reach your goal, because you believe, you believe in yourself. You believe in your goal. Thank you guys. Thank you for taking the time to listen to some of how I started my business. If you like this video, like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Join the family. I'm new to YouTube, but I'm here to stay, motherfucker.